What truly makes a man wealthy? Is it money? Well, with production techniques and technology allowing humanity to extract more wealth from finite resources, the concept of wealth and money might be wilting faster than a Western woman's fertility. Aaron Clary's new publication, Sanity is the Future of Wealth, really delves into exactly why common sense has become a superpower. Check it out right now on Amazon. A link is in the description.
What's up, you raging sack of cackaholics? Terrence Popp here, Redonkulous.com.
And leading the pack at the Cream Pie Bake-Off, I'm Toxic Male.
Good Pop showed up today because I'm going to show you ladies some sympathy and help you all out. I'm going to look into my crystal balls and make myself a little prediction and tell you ladies about your future. And from what I can see, well, that's a breakfast of champions. 2 eggs, sunny side up, with a big old sausage right in the middle. And if you're lucky, some poor sap is gonna stuff your melon with some worn out curdled cottage cheese. But I'm sad to say most of you ladies out there are part of this complete breakfast, if you know what I mean. And don't forget to wash that all down with your 1 to 3 milliliters of bazooka juice. Screen 5. However, you have to wonder, which I do, late at night between 10 and 2 when I've been drinking. How the hell did we get here? We all start off so wide-eyed and innocent and full of cooties. Next thing you know, you're watching yourself some Space Ghost, the doorbell rings. Oh look, it's a good-looking rack of lamb, and it's all over. From then on, life turns into a crazy spree of cave diving. You're either spelunking in someone's dark hole or swinging from someone else's stalactites, if you know what I mean. No matter how you spinster it, you see what I did there? There are some blood-sucking parasites hanging out in the darkness. And this episode is what happens when I think about all that time I wasted spelunking in all of those dark caves. Drunk off my ass for 6 hours in the middle of the night, winning. No, it's the same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. Space Ghost. Do yourselves a favor, pour yourself the menagerie, and be prepared to climb that dick-stacking platform together. But I hope you brought a parachute because it's a long way down. Yeah. Almost 6 years ago, we made a video called Rules of Thumb. If you haven't seen it, check it out. That is when the term dick stacking test was born. Right out of the primordial ooze that I happened to leave on your mama's chest. Screen 5. But for those of you out there who are new to the party, I'm going to explain it to you. You take the number of pogo sticks that your old lady has bounced upon in her lifetime and multiply that by 6 inches. Let's just say you put a platform at that altitude and hypothetically push them off without a parachute. If they were to get injured in any way, shape, or form, to include a stub toe or skin knee, that is too many cucumbers, bananas, sausages, hot dogs, footlongs, smoky links, egg rolls, gherkin, pickles, Vienna sausages. Jesus Christ! And those last 2 on the list, they better be cunning linguists. Otherwise, they're absolutely no callbacks. Now, I am not suggesting that you do this, but I understand if you have someone in mind for this mental exercise. I know I do. If I were to guesstimate the platform height for my ex here, it would be shamefully 15 stories. That would make one hell of a succulent splat at the bottom. Not that I thought about it or anything. All right, come on. I was young, dumb, and full of something that rhymes with dumb.
As men, we have all been at every business end of every hissy fit at some point. And as an inevitable result, we have all heard women that we've dated, wanted to date, or smashed and dashed say things like this.
I've been through a lot.
All that really means, gentlemen, is they've been ran through more than a practice voodoo doll.
You're so great. You're husband material.
What that means, you are the last place winner?
Meaning you're the dude they'll settle for. Only after every hole on their body has been blasted, drilled, hollowed out, and excavated.
You know, I think I'm ready to settle down.
Emphasis on settle. Coincidentally, this only kicks in once the texts and the calls and the knocks on the door stop. The only time your phone is actually ringing is at 2 a.m., which means you are the dirty little secret. There used to be a line around the block for that circus freak show. Now, there's only 3 guys left in the theater, and that floor is perpetually sticky, and no one's mopping that. But it certainly doesn't start out that way. Most Western women, they start off God-fearing, and they just want to find that nice guy. And dudes, I'm just gonna be honest, a large majority of them are successful in the beginning. Now, if you are her high school sweetheart, just prepare yourself for this. You are getting bucked off the Bronco, to be followed by 4 to 6 years of experimentation. You know, they're gonna spend their college years looking for that diamond in the rough. Sex. Now, ladies, it might not seem like it now, but I am about to become the best friend you ever had. If you can look past your ego and the lies that you paid your professors to teach you, I'm about to save you a lifetime of pain, misery, and loneliness. Not to mention that one-way ticket to the land of boxed wine and cats. Answer me this, Toxic Male.
What?
Why do they not sell round-trip tickets to boxed wine and catland?
Well, if I had to guess, it's just like going bleh, stunning and brave person of color. And once you go there, you don't come back.
Jesus Christ, Toxic Male, just got dark in here, Space Ghost. But in order to avoid that, you have to give up instant gratification. And it is virtually impossible these days for idiots to give this up. Don't get me wrong. Doing what feels good right now, well, that's great. And it's also easy. Now, building your self-contentment that lasts a lifetime, that's a lot of work. Getting laid, well, that makes you feel great in the short term.
And when getting laid is easier than breathing, like it is for the holders of the vagine, it becomes an abundant spigot of shallow validation. Nothing more.
For women, all it takes is one yes. One. For dudes, it's a virtual 2-way rifle range of no's before he gets to the end zone. And if dudes want a repeat performance, well, they better bring forth the 10 dick. You cannot bring a half-mast backslapper with a pinto dick performance to a 7 or higher. That show is getting kicked out of theaters faster than Oogie loves.
Those repeat performances are reserved for the Money Mikes, the Danger Dans, the Jockey Jims, the Bad Brads, the Gus Gangbangs, the Tattooed Tyrones, and of course, the Junkie Jamals.
Weh? After years of getting their front and back bumpers trash compacted at the smash-up derbies, and having their DNA rewritten by gallons of bazooka juice, God, and that's a real thing. Only then does Brainy Brian or Friend Zone Freddy get a crack at the poon. Only after the beef and cheddar is spoiled and the eggs are rotten in the freezer. Only then do these poor, simping schmucks look appetizing to these harpies. But if you're expecting a happy ending, guess again. I'm sorry to break it to you, ladies, there's no such thing as a salute phase.
And this particular statement of fact has no gray area. It is very black and white. In fact, when you were back in college, a lot of your study dates were black and white. Usually at the same time, touching their number 2 pencils in the middle, if you know what I mean.
Did you guys know it takes anywhere between 21 and 28 days to establish a routine of behavior? And most of these chicks have a phase that goes from 18 to 27. some of them from 15. But I can't go there because that's illegal. And they expect men to believe they can turn this behavior off like a light switch.
You can slap every clearance sticker in the store on that disgusting diseased DNA dispenser. No one's buying it.
Even at the dollar store, I'll walk right past that aisle to get to the Snickers bar and the spank rag. This behavior is what men refer to as setting our own death trap. We do it all the time, sometimes, many times, and I made a whole video about it. Links in the description. Oh, I hear you guys out there. You're grunts. You want to see this in graphic detail. I'm going to show you some graphs, so come along with me, and I'm going to give you that sneak peek into your future.
Each year, the Sheeple Army looks for new recruits in Sector 9 to 5. No thinking required. Weh? So before you sign up for a soul-crushing tour of duty in corporate America, train to survive cubicle warfare with CorporateLand. Learn the tools of the trade and hang up your suit and tie for good. A link is in the description, bitches.
Holy shit. You guys might think this is a green screen, but you'd be wrong, because I can actually see this. Now I'm going to show you not just one, but two models for what the Western woman has to look forward to in her future. Well, now that I think of it, I should have got two models to come in here and give me a happy ending, but that's illegal, so you just have to look at this chick. We're going to start off with an example of a single, never married woman. But in today's day and age, it does not mean she's not a parent. Both of these graphs are going to focus mainly on a woman's life between the ages of 18 and 38, and everything else, well, you'll see. We're going to start off at the age of 18 because that's when ladies can legally get their first starter sausage. And it's kind of like Pringles. Once you pop, you just don't stop. This Peg T down there, that's their high school sweetheart. Well, they want to experiment, so they recruit more beginner sausage. Now, from the perspective of the ladies out there, I understand. This is extremely exciting. I get it. You're getting more attention than you can handle, and you think it's going to last forever. Because when you're young and dumb, 9 years, well, that feels like an eternity. But you think the next 9 years is going to be like the first 9 years? Silly rabbit. After the first 4 eggplants, ladies lose their ability to pair bond, and this has been proven over and over again in many studies. By the time you're done with the beginning bangers, age of 20 to 22, you're going to move on to the intermediate inseminators. And women love to call this their slur phase, where they, experiment. And every once in a while, things go full Hawaiian. There's a spit roasting on the beach, if you know what I mean. After the phase, they go into the fun bracket, which starts roughly around, 27-ish? Up until this point, they've been banging mainly bad boys. Oh, the men with options? Those dudes that don't give a shit if you stay or go? Well, that's most of the excitement. And you want to know why? They do not offer their commitment, which makes it that much more valuable. And all of that amazing sexual contact you had with them, well, half of that is your effort trying to make them stay. But this is when that death trap of expectation really takes hold. Starting with the beginner bangers, going all the way up to the advanced a-holes, this is where this whole mess of sausages lures you into a false sense of security.
Because after all, any time a man goes spelunking in your cave of wonders, he's basically proposing marriage. Right?
But because this whole mountain of cocks here is so exciting and full of drama, they become addicted to this, and they carry these expectations forward into middle age.
And it is this inability to self-moderate and differentiate desire from devotion that chisels these words on their fertility's tombstone.
What happened to all the good men?
Combine that with girl power brainwashing and a stunning lack of self-awareness, and you have a recipe for people who claim that getting flushed out like a septic tank amounts to life experience, and they rationalize their inability to pair bond with anything that walks on two legs as being merely picky. Right.
Right around the age of 25 at this line, all of the dudes that they were banging get out of college, get good jobs, and they get, what is that? Oh, money. So for a little while, well, they're getting the best of both worlds. But as you can see here, it starts to taper off not long after that, and they don't even know it. After a few years of alpha fucks, all they're really left with is beta bucks. From the ages of 30 to 38, these women are smashing into the wall and getting diminishing returns. From 30 to 38, you will get some attention from the younger guys, but they're using you for practice to clean up their game for the younger ladies that they're going to marry. The pump and dump years.
And really, ladies, you have no one to blame but yourselves. When you show up at the bowling alley with a 300 handicap and still somehow manage to lose the game, well, whose fucking fault is that?
I know you don't like that. And to be honest, I don't care. You know the ladies out there who say this?
I'm so sick and tired of men who play games.
What they're really trying to say is this. They're sick and tired of men who play the game better than they do. And after the age of 30, that's most men. Sorry, not so sorry. By the time you reach 38, that fun bracket over here, it's over. After that, 40 to 80 is one hell of a long fucking time. Wah. Bottom line, ladies, when you have overinflated expectations which were created down here, that's a one-way ticket to, boxed wine and Catland. If I walk into the Mercedes dealership, I want a brand new car straight from the factory. In today's day and age, I might have to settle for one that's had a couple test drives. That's just the way it is. But instead, I'm met at the door by a high-pressure salesman who takes me out to the used car lot and wants to sell me a high-mileage Honda Civic. And it looks like it was driven off a skyscraper into a swamp. It's leaking fluid from the radiator, the tailpipe, and the back seat has all kinds of odd white stains. In fact, that deal comes along with 3 other go-karts that are driving around crashing into everything and driving everyone nuts. And this same salesman tries to convince me that all of this experience, it's a bargain at any price. I'm not buying it, and no one else is who has half a brain. And that brings us to the next model. Divorced. Space Ghost. All right. These ladies here, they start off a little bit smarter, but that's not saying much. As you can see, the pattern is very similar. They start off with the beginning bangers and move all the way up to the intermediate inseminators. They do get married mostly before they reach the advanced assholes. They still spend those first 9 years building up those expectations. They usually get married between 26 and 28 and they have a couple kids. And then they start going, where did all the fun go? After all, they're getting all of this sausage and fun down here. And then it's just one. Year after year after year. Never mind the fact that getting married, having a couple kids is a J-O-B, and that's not spelled F-U-N. So they want the fun back. They 86 the dude, and they go back out on the market searching for that fun again. Oh, they'll find it, because at that point in time, there are people out there looking for it. But just because it's fun does not mean it's fulfilling. Most of these women get divorced fully intending to get married again. As you can see on the graph, that is not how it's playing out anymore. These ladies will enjoy some rebound shenanigans, but it'll last anywhere from 1 to 6 years. Because, just like the never married single lady, you're nothing but practice. Young guys, they're kind of like sharks or piranhas. A little bit of blood in the water. They are swarming up there to feed. Any dude out there that has a female friend who changed her relationship status on Facebook, we all know the friend zone freaks come out at night. And this period of time here, it's no different. You're gonna get a lot of attention in the beginning, but you're gonna pay for it in the end. 40 is not the new 20 or the new 30. It doesn't matter how many times you say it. 40 is 40, 20 is 20. One is fertile, and the other one is not. Ha! Never expect a man worth his salt to make a meal from somebody else's leftovers. You want to know who's picking through the leftovers at the company picnic? A homeless dude. For all you know, he might have been recently divorced, living out of his car. That sounds oddly familiar, Space Ghost. And you will notice that this graph kind of looks like an hourglass. You want to know why that is? Because time is the fire where your fertility burns, and you're running out of it. So ladies, let me break it down for you. How many times are you gonna find a dude who's gonna cough up $15K for a ring, $30K for a wedding, invite all of his friends and family, and then stand up in front of God and all of humanity and sign a contract with the law to take care of you for the rest of your life through sickness and in health? How many times is that gonna happen in your life? Think deeply about that, ladies, before you cast off your meal ticket because you think you can do better. In your lifetime, you'll have between 1 and 3 men who will look you in the eye and say, I love you, and actually mean it. That is a rare thing, and you're gonna throw it away just in case something better comes along. On what flowchart of insanity does that make one lick of sense? So there you have it, the life of 2 average Western women graphed out for you. And for most of you ladies out there, this train wreck is on the horizon for you. Bottom line, it is very easy to lose yourself in instant gratification. And when it's super easy to get attention, you don't value it until it is gone. But remember this, anything freely given, it's not really worth much. Remember that, simps. That's why you're not getting any poom. When you give away your time, attention, and resources for free, well, it's not worth anything. Stop showering every pair of tits with love and adoration. Make them earn it. And if they're in a titty bar, throw them singles. These ladies, well, they'll respect you for it, and they'll value it when they get it.
And to the ladies out there, life is not a hockey game, and you are not a goalie. So stop spreading your legs for every bad boy who takes a shot at the goal and then get pissed off when you lose in overtime. Wah.
And then you want a good dude to come in behind all that and clean it up with a drinking straw. God! Try having some self-respect, dignity, and some impulse control. Sure, you can rack up a Clinton body count in your 20s, but any woman can do that.
No, literally, any woman can do that. That's why the so-called Sloot Stew double standard exists. And it's not schmexist, it's because one requires skill and the other requires lying on your back. Or on all fours. Or one leg on the soap caddy in the shower. Or hanging from a basket that lowers down from the ceiling.
So please, do me a favor. Stop confusing drama with happiness. And please stop mixing up getting filled out with fulfillment. You can get on that carousel and ride it for 18 years and go round and around again. And when you get off, you realize you accomplished nothing.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
And the saddest thing about this whole tragedy is most of these ladies will not realize this until it is way too late. It doesn't do anyone any good to become a great employee right after you get fired. With that being said, go ahead, keep swiping left, because those options are gonna go on forever. I'm done with you.
Or she can bend over the stove while the corn muffins are baking. Or back that booty up to the hole in the wall. Or if she's a gymnast, she can use my special ceiling fan with the handlebars while she does the splits on it. Yeah. Oh, you're still here? It's over. Go home.
Because no matter what you tell them, you're wrong.
Yeah.
That's incorrect. Historically speaking, that's not my truth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You just keep going where you're going, and we'll see where that goes. Box, wine, and Catland. Excavated. That's what, 4 syllables? That's real.
Imagine that. It's like... You got 2 dudes at a bar and it's like Back to the Future Part 3. You're looking over, you see this chick over there. Yeah, well, you know, I wouldn't really go for it, but it's 1:30 in the morning. We may have to blast.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to blast that hole out.
Have to blast it all out.
Do you have a friend? If not, it's a 2-sided deal. Just don't look me in the eye.